You know, if the Nintendo Switch Pro does get revealed tomorrow or Friday, you just know those scalpers are gonna try to snatch them up real quick. Guys, we gotta be quicker than them. Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robo Show, where we cover the latest gaming news, leaks, and rumors from Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo in 2020 and beyond. If you want to be kept up on the latest gaming news, make sure you click that red subscribe button below this video and that notification bell so you know when I upload. And if you're interested, I have a Patreon, which link to that will be in the pinned comment along with my Twitter account. In this video, we are going to talk about multiple new Nintendo Switch Pro rumors that point to a Nintendo Switch Pro reveal for tomorrow or Friday. I also want to talk about what kind of reveal it could be, because I think it's not going to be what you're expecting. We also have some Nintendo fans wondering if the Crash account is teasing a reveal for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as well. If you guys enjoy these videos, leave a like, it helps the video a lot, and if you want to help me reach my goal of 600 followers on Twitter, follow me at RoboRob93. Without further delay, let's get to the video. So the Nintendo Switch Pro is something that I think the Nintendo community is pretty split upon. On one hand, you have owners who just bought a Nintendo Switch, others have had it since launch, and others have bought it between now and the time of launch. This makes a lot of Nintendo Switch owners not ready for a Nintendo Switch Pro, or you just don't need one right now. But I want you to step out of that mindset just for a second and take a look at how some of these Nintendo Switch games run on the current Nintendo Switch models. There are some Nintendo Switch games like Age of Calamity, The Witcher 3, both Doom games, and more Nintendo Switch games that don't really run the best. Frame rate, resolution, poppin', and more are problems that these games face, not to mention eventually the Nintendo Switch won't be able to run a lot of these newer third-party games. This is the main reason why I think personally the Nintendo Switch Pro is needed, and recently the rumors that are surrounding Switch Pro add to it just a bit. So aside from the Bloomberg information that we got a couple days ago, we have more Nintendo Switch Pro rumors popping up that I think are very interesting. First up, we have Centro Leaks, who is usually about Pokemon, but today they're speaking more about the Nintendo Switch Pro and some pretty specific details on when we could see this reveal and the time we can pre-order it, which if it does come true is good for us because we can plan our pre-orders. We have received and verified a screenshot from a big retailer's internal system that shows a new Switch hardware related listing will go live on June 4th around midnight. That's all we have for now, and there's no other data/attributes in this listing right now. Now, not only that, but according to Nintendo Alerts, they have found a listing on another website. There is a listing for a Nintendo Switch Pro for $399, which is yet to be visible on the website according to them. I mean, not only that, but a couple days ago there was another listing on the website as well, so it's interesting to see all of these listings on this website appearing. Now, usually with these listings on different websites, you usually see it within a couple days or a couple months. Now, what makes Nintendo Alerts even more interesting is that Kelios also retweeted this and said Switch Pro is coming. Now, to be clear, we don't know if he knows anything or not, but he did retweet it, so there may be something there as well. Now, circling back around to Centro Leaks post about the Nintendo Switch Pro, they say that the Switch hardware listing will go live on June 4th at midnight. This probably means that the reveal is coming on Thursday, which is tomorrow, and will probably be available for pre-order later that night. I would assume anyways, according to these rumors. Now the question is, what kind of reveal is this gonna be? I don't think it's gonna contain a lot of information. I think we will see a tease at this event for the Switch Pro, and then we'll have the pre-order dates, and then at E3 we'll see all the information on the Nintendo Switch Pro. I also wouldn't be surprised that at E3 we see a lot of Switch Pro upgrades for a lot of games. And this is why I mentioned that information bit in the beginning of this video, because I do think that we're going to get Switch Pro versions of these games or Switch Pro patches. Similar to how we have the Pro patches for the PS4 games and of course the Xbox Series X upgrades. And next up, let's talk about some Smash Bros. Ultimate news or rumors, whichever one you want to consider this as. So yesterday, the Crash Bandicoot account tweeted out a picture celebrating the 25th anniversary for Crash Bandicoot. In this photo, there seems to be an ink blot which could point to an Inkling in Smash Bros. Ultimate. There also seems to be a red circle in there and also part of a Smash Bros. Logo. Now this is what people are assuming from this picture. Now this has led a lot of talk about Crash joining Smash Bros. If you scroll down, there are plenty of people putting on a pretty big stretch for this to happen. Now while I do think that there is a good chance that Crash can enter Smash Bros, I think his moveset is perfect for Super Smash Bros. Actually, I don't think there is anything here. I think all these resemblances to the Smash Bros. Logo and the Smash Bros. Invite is just one giant coincidence. I could be wrong, but that's just my personal thoughts on this. And next up, I want to talk about a specific date that has a lot of huge games heading towards us. So I think everyone can agree that E3 season is here, it's June, and all these companies are just ready to tell us all these crazy titles that are dropping. I mean, already before June, the time of E3, we have had a Sonic Direct that reveals a new Sonic, classic Sonic games returning, and more. A Dragon Quest Direct with a bunch of cool Dragon Quest games, and even Sony, the company who's not going to E3, showed off 14 minutes of Horizon Forbidden West, all before E3. And it seems that they're not the only ones with new games hitting the PS5, Xbox One, PC, and that's right, the Nintendo Switch, which I assume a lot of you guys are interested in. So the game that's hitting the Switch is Crysis Remastered Trilogy. Crytek has announced that the trilogy will hit these platforms this fall, but no exact release date yet. Now this is what the project lead had to say. We're excited to announce that these iconic Crysis games are returning in one bundle, remastered for a new generation of hardware. Each game is enhanced to look and play beautiful on today's platforms, delivering the finest Crysis experience of both newcomers to our classic franchise or players wishing to relive the adventure. And that's not where the news stops. Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis is going to launch on June 9th. Now Phantasy Star 2 is going to launch on the Xbox One and PC, while in Japan it's going to hit the PS4, PC, and cloud on the Switch. Now there's no word on whether or not these will hit the US as well, other than the Xbox One and the PC version. Which is really unfortunate because me not having an Xbox Series X or people who don't have a PC won't be able to play this. But I would assume if they want the biggest growth and the biggest install base, they would eventually bring Phantasy Star Online 2 to the Nintendo Switch, PS4, and PC, and of course the PS5 as well, and the Xbox Series X. Now for those who don't know what this game is, this game was originally released about 6 months ago when it came to the US. But this is incredibly different from that version because it's going to have enhanced models, combat, a whole new graphics engine, and of course different weapons and abilities and environments. It will also still be connected to that original game as well, which is going to be interesting to see how that works. And moving on to our last topic of the day, we have some Battlefield news. Now I love Battlefield, I've played most of them I would say, but the ones that stuck out to me were Battlefield 3 and 4. It's one of those series that even if your team loses, you don't walk away angry or mad at it, you're just eager to jump right back in. But the recent Battlefield games I really haven't been much of a fan of. In fact, I've just been playing Battlefield 3 and 4, which seems to be much better than the recent games. But according to recent Battlefield leaks, we are going back to modern times and this game will be revealed on June 9th. Which is something I cannot wait for. Finally, we're going back to modern times. The reason why I love modern times is that the guns just feel better to play with. The older guns are pretty decent, but they don't have as much feedback, and they're hard to control, and they just don't feel as snappy or as fun as the modern games in 3 and 4. I mean, Battlefield 3 and 4 still have a ton of lobbies and matches, and people still play it till this day, even back on the PS3. So I'm glad they're going back to modern times. And that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Thanks for watching guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.